They say you can survive anything except betrayal from your own blood. I used to believe my parents would always stand by me, no matter how high I climbed or how low I fell. But I was wrong. I grew up in a small town outside Seattle. My parents were humble, hardworking, and always taught me that money doesn't define a person. But the day I started making real money, everything changed. I built my company from the ground up, a logistics startup that took off faster than anyone expected. Within 5 years, I was worth millions. My parents were proud at first, or at least they pretended to be. They moved into one of my lakefront homes, drove cars I bought for them, and lived a life of comfort I worked my soul to earn. Then my father said something that stuck with me. You wouldn't have made it without us. At the time, I laughed it off. But looking back, it was the first warning sign. A year later, I was hospitalized after a car accident. Nothing major, just a few weeks of recovery. But that small window was all they needed. My parents somehow convinced my lawyer that I wanted them to temporarily manage my estate while I recovered. They used my trust, my exhaustion, and their image as loving parents to get legal access. By the time I got out of the hospital, everything was gone. My accounts were emptied. My business shares were transferred. My house, the same one I bought for them, was now under their name. I confronted them in that same living room. My mother wouldn't even look me in the eye. My father leaned back and said, "You owe us this. Everything you have came from us. It's our turn to live." That sentence hit harder than the accident ever did. But I didn't scream. I didn't curse. I just walked away quietly, because silence is the sound of strategy. For 3 months, I pretended to disappear. I moved to a rental apartment under a new name, changed my phone number, and stopped contacting them completely. They thought I'd broken down, but in reality, I was preparing the most calculated move of my life. My lawyer and I began digging through records, transfers, forged signatures, hidden accounts. Every trail led straight back to them. But what they didn't realize was that, before my accident, I had placed a clause in my company's ownership structure. Any transfer without my biometric approval would automatically flag the Federal Fraud Division. So when I finally acted, it wasn't a lawsuit. It was a full-scale investigation. On a calm Thursday morning, federal agents showed up at their mansion, the one I built. I watched from across the street as my father tried to argue. My mother cried, and officers walked out with boxes of documents. Fraud, identity theft, asset misappropriation. It was all there, signed in their own handwriting. The news spread fast. My parents went from inspirations to headlines overnight. And me? I didn't celebrate. I didn't smile. I just felt empty. Because revenge may bring justice, but it never brings peace. After months of hearings, the court restored my ownership. My assets returned. My company reinstated me as CEO. The house, the cars, the accounts, everything came back. But I didn't move back into that mansion. I couldn't. It felt haunted by betrayal. I used it instead as headquarters for a foundation I started, Second Blood. It helps young entrepreneurs whose families or partners have tried to take advantage of their success, because no one should suffer the kind of betrayal that comes wrapped in love. Last month, I visited my parents. They live quietly now in a small government house. My father couldn't look at me. My mother whispered, "We thought we deserved it." I told her, "You did deserve something, but not what I built. You deserved my trust, and you lost that forever." I walked away, knowing there was no victory in this, only closure. So here's my truth. Family betrayal is the deepest wound, but it also teaches the strongest lesson. Blood may make you related, but loyalty makes you family. My parents took everything from me once, but I built myself again, stronger than before. And this time, no one, not even blood, will ever touch what's mine.